First of all, good morning and thank you very much. It's an honor to be seated with three legends of the industry, Swaminathan sir, Khante sir and Singh sir. Thank you very much for being a part of Hello Pharma Explore in this episode. I'll just directly jump to the first question. As Spectrum, probably you're the first entity who actually understands or see the capacity bets before anybody else, right? This question, I would like to understand, are we actually building toward the future or building for a demand that's already changing? And specifically to you, Swaminathan sir, what's one trend that excites you and one that worries that the clients haven't noticed yet?
Okay. As far as capacities are concerned, I wouldn't say that we are building over capacity. Mm-hmm. But what's happening and what excites me is today people are moving towards newer molecules, newer drug delivery systems, because unlike the olden days when people were setting up facilities for the generics, tablet, capsules and such things, now people are moving towards biologics.
Right.
And in addition to biologics, what I have noticed in the recent past, and this is a positive development, is a lot of people are investing in R&D centers.
Great.
And it's not only the Indian companies, but even multinationals are coming to India to set up a lot of R&D centers. And this is a positive development.
Sure.
Additionally, what is happening is a lot of investment is getting into biologics. And even in biologics, rather than going into low margin biosimilars, the new entrants are looking at what is known as biopharmaceuticals or novel therapies.
Something like a CAR-T or ADCs?
Yeah, something like CAR-T, something like what you call as
ADCs?
Antibiotic drug conjugates. Yeah. ADCs and all that. These are the new areas of development, and a lot of Indian companies are able to do it at a fraction of the low global cost.
Right.
So these are exciting times especially for consultants like us, where there are newer developments coming up, new sort of facilities coming up. But the flip side is, what I find is the regulatory hurdles.
Got it.
More than regulatory when I say regulatory hurdles, India is a very complex country.
Right.
Each state has its own regulation.
Right.
So when you want to set up a facility, it's not that the regulations are same across the country.
Right.
So there are positives, there are negatives, but there's a lot of scope, and it's exciting days ahead for people like us. And it will continue to be exciting only if we are able to skill ourselves up to newer drug delivery systems and newer products.
Perfect. Khante sir, Swaminathan sir said we are not overbuilding capacity, right? So has it ever been a case that there was a capacity need, but the client wanted to build more and you advised them not to do and they didn't listen? Or do they listen actually?
Yeah, welcome. Usually clients approach us for three types of capacity builder. One is the immediate expansion, second is a lateral expansion, and the third is a greenfield.
Right.
The first two pose little problem, but the third one, as Mr. Swaminathan has said, that which is the new technology and the newer molecule and the newer arena which is developing, wherein usually people would like to bring in build in capacity which is slightly more. The fear being, if you build less, probably you lose the opportunities should they exist.
Got it.
But the trouble is if you build more, in which case the cost of capital, cost of all other, and the most important killing thing is the validation cost.
Got it.
Because in the pharma business, it is just not creating the facility. It is to maintain it validated.
Right.
You use it or not. And that is the real killing thing. So our job has to really convince the customer, not with our convincing skill, but with conviction.
Right.
Because you really need
Well
to
said.
convince this. Do you really required thing. A couple of years back, people were, when the freeze drying was a new technology, everybody was wanting to build anything and everything. Sometimes the client approaches and we have to very candidly tell that, look, a particular molecule which requires a particular technology which will make the cost of the equipment 3 times.
Right.
What's the volume? Can you afford it?
Yeah.
So that's the reason probably we'll have to convince them is to go downsize. And should the client be really cost conscious, I don't find any reason why he should not listen to.
Right.
As of now, I think we made our efforts, and because we have to be competitive. Most companies are in the generic field. We are not into NCs to that matter, or the branded thing where we can charge anything,
Right.
whatever the normally is spoken about. So that's why we have to be competitive. And for that, we have got to keep the cost of the plant and the capacities to the, I won't say under capacity, but adequate and apt. That's
Got it.
my one line answer to this question.
And that's where consultants like Spectrum come into picture, right?
Yeah.
To actually advise the right way. Singh sir, according to you, what decisions made today will probably be the most expensive to undo?
Most common mistake the industry is doing, they are designing on today's products and today's forecast demand. And that too is changing fast. And if you design scalability digitally and for the small scale, you can do it quickly, and that will be going to be a requirement. And any retrofitting in the existing plant is too expensive. So that is why you have to go on the new thinking line only.
Got it.
This is what you require.